Okay, that's great. Thank you very much, Randy. Right now, it's time to introduce our honored guests. After 13 terms as serving in the U.S. House of Representatives as Congressman for the 3rd District of Arkansas, Congressman John Paul Hammersmith, as you've heard, was instrumental in the establishment of the Buffalo National River, America's first national river, the pride of Arkansas. So, with great honor, I turn the mic over to John Paul Hammersmith.
Thank you very much, Superintendent Sharif. What a great day this is. You know, 40 years ago, we couldn't have had this meeting here on the bank of Buffalo River. Randy, the people of Searcy County and Newton County would have run us off. That was very controversial in those days. For those of you maybe too young, and I think you'll know this just from your obvious research, but the river originally was scheduled to have 2 dams on it. One was Lone Rock, about 3 miles north of Buffalo Point, the confluence of where the Buffalo runs into the White River. And then the other dam was to be just this side of the Highway 65 river crossing, just down the river here. It was to be a high dam, and then there was to be a low dam at Gilbert. And that was a pump storage apparatus. But that was about 1938 that those got authorized. The time went on, and when President Eisenhower was in office, he vetoed both those proposals, not for the technical reason, but because of the economic reason. So the river survived, and very fortunate that happened. And then later, in 1965, when it became pretty controversial about whether to build a big dam or not, Governor Faubus put a moratorium on it. He vetoed that. So it was taking an act of Congress to override a veto of the governor. Of course, that did not happen. In 1966, I was in Congress, and I defeated a very beloved individual, Judge Trimble, who was from Bearville, and he served for 22 years in the Congress. He was also very powerful. He was second ranking on the Rules Committee. And Judge Trimble had been a big dam supporter. It was not an issue when I ran in '66. At least it was not part of anything that I raised during my campaign. After I got there, then I had to try to make a decision about what should happen to this Buffalo River, the last remaining tributary of the White River that was free flowing. So I had the Corps of Engineers give me a total rating on all their past activities, and then I had the Park Service do that. Now, let me digress for a moment. Let me say, I grew up on the Buffalo. I had a natural love for it right here. But when I was 12 years old, we used to be in the lumber and timber business. And I went down to Hammersmith Road Company, and was a friend 2 years older than I was, and built a boat and launched it at Pruitt. So I grew up on the Buffalo River until I went off to school, or actually went into the service. But there's not a lot left to say, except over time, well, let me talk a little bit about that bill. We had a lot of discussion with the Park Service about that bill. They drafted it, they knew what they wanted to do. There's 135 miles of it. And so to kind of help, and I guess it was because it was the right thing to do, they gave lifetime leases to families that lived on the Buffalo, where they could live there for 25 years. And many people took advantage of those, that 25-year lease. And then after that expired, which they expired several years ago, the Park Service wanted to retain a pastoral setting in all these beautiful valleys, especially Ponca, Boxford, Boxley Church, all that. So they still give leases to people who live along the Buffalo, and they're still living there today. They give agricultural hay leases to people that want to grow hay and cut the hay. So fortunately, it's remained very much as it looked back in those early days, which is thanks to the Parksiders of the Park Service and their superintendents. Since I first had the first superintendent, how many we had? 10? 12? Yeah. The first woman superintendent that was appointed was by George Hartzell, who superintendents